Oh, you want to light candles? Okay.
You want to do it? Okay, if you want to do it. The good seats just waited. Lila's going up to do it.
Okay, come on,
You
Lila.
want to be right now with nuts?
Let's do it right now with nuts.
Okay.
This is this kind of day.
Baruch atah Adonai Elohim melech haolam asher yishmer b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu ad l'pnei shel shalom.
All right, y'all, we're starting on page. Just seems to be one of those days, yeah. Okay, you gotta lay your hands off the matches. I don't want yourself burned. Okay, 128. You too, Lila. Sit down, please. All right, we're 128. Here we go. Hine ma tovu manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tovu manayim shevet achiot gam yachad. Hine ma tov shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov shevet achiot gam yachad. Hine ma tovu manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tovu manayim shevet achiot gam yachad. All right, we now move on to page 138 for Lechad Odi. Tonight we're going to recite paragraphs 1, 5, and 9. We arrive on paragraph 9. We invite you all to stand up and look towards the entrance as we greet the Shabbat bride. Lechad Odi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nekabela. 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 Shamor v'zachor b'dibor echad, hishmi anu el hamyuchad. Adonai echad u'shmo echad, l'shemo tiferet v'letila. Lechad Odi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lechad Odi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nekabela. Hitoreri, kiva ore kumi ori, uri shir daberi, kivarona aleka nigila. Lechad Odi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lechad Odi likrat kala, P'nei Shabbat nekabela. Please rise. Bo'i v'shalom, aterit bal'al, gam bismicha uvtzola, tochu menei, am segula, bo'i chala, bo'i chala. Lecha dodi likrat kala, P'nei Shabbat nekabela. 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 You may be seated. We're now moving over to page 142 of our prayer books. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boechem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruchuni l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Seichem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. 144. Yitgadal v'yitgadash Shemei Rabbah, Bilmad yivrach Cherotei v'yamlik malchutei, B'chayechon uv'yomechon, uv'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael. Bagala, uv'izman kariv, v'imaru, amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah mevarach, le'alam ulal me'al mayam, yitbarach v'yishtabach, v'yitpa'ar v'yitpromam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yitale v'yithalal, Shemei Kedusha barichu, le'elam min kol berchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechemata da'al miran be'alma v'imaru, amen. Now turn to page 46. When you arrive there, I invite you to stand with me. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Baruchu et Adonai hamevorach. You may be seated. Okay, we're going to read together the English on top of page 149. Praise you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way in which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars. Creator of the tide of time and light, you guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Baruch atah Adonai, Amariv Ravim. We'll now continue in the English. We'll read the bottom part on page 150. Everlasting love, you offered your people Israel by teaching us Torah and mitzvot, laws and precepts. Therefore, Adonai our God, when we lie down and we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and your commandments. We will rejoice in your Torah forever. Day and night we will reflect on them, for they are our life, and doing them lengthens our days. Never remove your love from us. Praise you, Adonai, who loves the people Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. We're going to move into the Shema on page 152. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kivod Malachuto Leolam Avaed. Turn the page. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levacha u'v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol meyodecha v'hayu hadivarim ha'elem asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinartam levarnecha barivartam ba'am v'shivtecha b'veitecha uvtecha havaderech ushofbecha uvkumecha ukshartam leyot al yadecha v'hayulatotafot beineinecha uktaftam al mizuzot beitecha uvisharecha lema'an tizkeru v'atitem et chol mitzvotai v'tem kiroshim leloechem Ani Adonai Elohechem Asher hotzietziechem meretz Mitzrayim liot lachem le'Elohim Ani Adonai Elohechem. Now move to the Micha Mocha on page 158. Lie, 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 Mi chamocha ba'alim Adonai, Mi kamocha ne'adar ba'kodesh, no ra tehilot osei efele, no ra tehilot osei efele, lie, 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 lie. Let's read the English together on top of page 161. Let there be love and understanding among us, and let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Adonai, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that we may lie down in peace and rise up, waiting to do your will. Baruch atah Adonai haparos sukat shalom aleinu v'al kol amo Yisrael v'al Rushalayim. Turn the page over to 162. V'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat lasot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. V'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat Lasot et HaShabbat ledorotam berit olam. B'nei Uvein, B'nei Yisrael, Oti leolam. V'shamru B'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat. Lasot et HaShabbat ledorotam berit olam. Ki shet yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim ve'et haaretz v'shamru v'nei Yisrael et hashabat lasot et hashabat ledorotam berit olam. Uvayom hashvi'i shavat vayinafash Shavat vayinafash, v'shamru v'nei Yisrael et hashabat, lasot et hashabat ledorotam berit olam. We now move to the Amidah on page 164, and I invite you to stand with me. Adonai sefatai tiftach ufia gita hilatecha. Adonai sefatai tiftach ufia gita hilatecha. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu, V'Imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, V'Hagibor, V'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim, V'Konei HaKol, V'zocher chasnei avot v'imahot, u'mevi geula livnei b'neihem, l'man shemo b'ahava, melech ozer u'moshiach u'magen, baruch atah Adonai, magen Avraham, Ezrat Sarah, atah gibor le'olam Adonai, v'chayei hakol atah rav li'oshia, Mashiv haruach u'marid haga'ashem, Mekakel chayim bechesed, Mechayei hakol berachamim rabim, Zomech noflim v'rofei cholim, U'matir asurim, U'mekayem emunato, Lishanei afar, Michamocha ba'al gevurot, U'midom melach, Melech memit, U'mechayeh, U'matmir Yeshua, Ne'eman atah lechayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mekayeh hakol. We will now continue silently until page 180. You may be seated whenever you like. Oh, say shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'yakol Yisrael, ve'yakol yoshvei tevel, v'imru, amen. Oh, say shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'yakol Yisrael, ve'yakol yoshvei tevel, v'imru, amen. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, v'yakol Yisrael, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, v'yakol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, v'yakol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, v'yakol Yisrael. Okay, I've got some words of Torah to say. So throughout Judaism's storied history, a common theme occurs in our people's wandering. We are in fact not a nomadic people. Certainly we've had times where we've had to be on the move, either by choice or by circumstance, but our religion is not organized around constantly moving. First, because I joke, Judaism could not have existed until an inside had existed. But second, and more importantly, we've always thrived through civilizations. And I believe the Torah specifically and the Tanakh generally is about how a people build a civilization through a covenant with Adonai. And our Torah showed us, through the wandering of Sinai, civilization is necessary for a whole people to thrive rather than just survive. And that is peoplehood's grandest achievement. And thus we found ways to survive in our own civilization that we built with help from Adonai, but we've discovered that we could also thrive in other civilizations as well. And I believe that as much as Judaism needs civilizations, civilizations need Judaism. Much of the values of Western civilization originated from Jewish values. From monotheism to the 7-day week, Judaism influenced their adoption into Western civilization. But Judaism contributed something even greater to civilizations, an agreement that in order for every demographic to thrive, we must abide by laws, which is why our most sacred text, the Torah, literally means law. So I think a lot about civilizations and our roles as Jews within them. In this week's Torah portion, we see the power of civilizations, that civilizations can achieve glorious infrastructure projects, organize countless people into rule-abiding society, offer economic prosperity, and develop complex governments. But they can do all of this with devastating consequences for whole peoples, cultures, societies, and the environment. A civilization, the grand achievement of peoplehood, can be as flawed as humanity. At the heart of a civilization can be an engine that drives progress while consuming the freedom, dignity, and energy of the vulnerable. And this is what Moses and Aaron must come to terms with when they approach Pharaoh, the king of the Egyptian civilization, in the Torah portion of these last few weeks. Gone are the days where the Israelites thrived in the court of Pharaoh. Gone are the days where Egyptians would help mourn the death of fellow Israelites. Gone are the days where the Israelites were free among Egyptian society. These days gone can demonstrate the fickle nature of civilizations and at the same time illustrate the fickle nature of humanity. Moses and Aaron must persuade Pharaoh to let their people go. And while the stakes are high, so are the buildings. Moses and Aaron are approaching the ruler of one of the most advanced societies in the world and demanding to let their people go. They're doing this in an awe-inspiring, jaw-dropping edifices erected to display the might and power of the Egyptian civilization. And Moses and Aaron's demands are seemingly impossible, not for the Israelites to be free within Egypt, but for the Israelites to be free of Egypt. For the Israelites to reject the civilization of Egypt so they can build their own. A harsh critique does not sit well with the Pharaoh of Egypt, who does not want to be reminded that the human rights violations that occurred when he built his society. By demanding that Pharaoh let the Israelites go, Moses is accusing Pharaoh of misplacing his civilization's priorities. A tall building, beautifully constructed, should have no value if it was made by slaves. That economic prosperity built from slave labor is a failure of humanity. Moses is telling Pharaoh that civilization's failures occur well before their collapse, that a civilization's failure occurs when only a few thrive due to the great many of people who can barely survive. So Pharaoh, while sitting in his palace, the grand testament of his success, is told by Moses that his very success is the failure of his society. And this is another lesson that us Jews have learned from Moses. Civilization needs Judaism because the Jewish people have the courage to speak truth to power. Let my people go is not just a demand, but a criticism of Egyptian values. Let my people go is a social justice call to end tyranny. Let my people go is a request to see reason and to embrace empathy for all peoples. These 4 words were infused with meaning, power, and with compassion, and yet the answer was always the same. Adonai hardened Pharaoh's heart, and Pharaoh's answer was no. And this answer is so heart-wrenching. How could Adonai, who wants to free us, also prevent us from being free? And I don't really have a great answer here. I just have theories. And one theory is the nature of resisting is the process of organizing. A successful resistance must be a marriage of disparate people willing to work together for a common and greater cause. Perhaps Adonai recognized that while Pharaoh was ready to say yes, the Israelites themselves were not ready to leave. Convincing 12 tribes to work together to free themselves from the yoke of bondage was more work than convincing Pharaoh to let my people go. And so Adonai hardened Pharaoh's heart to give the Israelites more time to become one people instead of 12 tribes. Judaism has always been a pragmatic religion. Logic, reasoning, questioning is built into our belief system. Our tradition has imposed laws in every era and environment that we have existed. But we are also witness to when those same laws are used to harm others, including ourselves, as Moses witnessed the Israelites slaves in Egypt. In this way, let my people go takes on an even deeper meaning. He's not just saying it to Pharaoh, he's saying it to the Israelites. That the laws that bond them into slavery are not laws that are valuable for civilizations. These are not the laws that help everyone thrive where they live. So when Adonai hardens Pharaoh's heart, perhaps God is not done showing the Israelites how truly devastating a civilization can be if it does not value all of its members. So when the Israelites go on and found their own civilization, they'll make sure their laws are welcoming for the vulnerable and uplifting for the downtrodden, that their laws apply to everyone and not just a privileged few. Thank you. We move on to the Misha Berach, the prayer for healing on page 371. In our own community, we're thinking about Ross Rumack, Frank Erskine, Haley Goodstein, Alex Bortnick, Micah Purdy, Susan Mermelstein, Megan Crass, Kara Clift, Deborah Moradian, Pat Victor, Denny Victor, Elise Spot Sebastiana, and Clarice Spot Amelia. If there's someone who you are thinking about who's in need of healing, please feel free to say their names out loud or in your hearts. Misheberach Avotenu Mekor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misheberach imotenu mekor habracha le'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. We now move to the Elenu on page 587 of your prayer books. When you arrive there, I invite you to stand with me. Elenu l'shabek la'adon ha'kol, la'te'id la'le'yotzer breshit, shehu samchel kinu lechedet shemo, v'gar elenu lahamlik malchuto, la'nachnu korim, u'mishtachavim u'modim, lifnei melech, malchei hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Or 591. May we gain wisdom in our lives, overflowing like a river with understanding. Love each of us for the peace we bring to others. May our deeds exceed our speech. May we never lift up our hand to conquer fear and doubt and despair. Rise up like the sun, O God, over all humanity, and cause light to go forth over all the lands between the seas, and light up the universe with the joy of wholeness, of freedom, and of peace. V'ne'emar v'haya Adonai lo melech kol ha'aretz v'yom hahu yiyeh Adonai echad u'shemo We now head to the Mourner's Kaddish on page 598 in our prayer books. In our own community, we're thinking about these yard sites: Alan Block, Rose Brust, Ezra Falkowitz, Max Friedman, Bertha Goldberg, Beverly Hall, Elaine Liebert, Herbert Nachman, Solomon, Simon, and Henrietta Wolf. If there's someone who you are mourning for this Shabbat, please feel free to say their names out loud or in your hearts. Zichronam livracha, memories be for a blessing. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei rabba, ve'alma divrach hayotei v'yamlik malchutei, v'chayechon u'vyamechon u'v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'vizman kari v'imru amen. Yehei shmei rabba mevarak la'olam u'lamei olmaya, yitbarak yitbarak v'yitpa'ar v'yipromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitalei v'yitalal shemei kudasha barichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechamata, da'amiran be'elma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, L'chaim aleinu via kol Yisrael b'imru. Amen. Osei shalom b'imromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu via kol Yisrael b'imru. Amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us, to all Israel, to which we say, Amen. You may be seated. I'm going to invite up Roy up here to offer us some announcements.
Thank you, Rabbi. You are all welcome here. You all belong here this Shabbat. Our evening services for Shabbat are at 6 p.m. and a second service at 7:15 on the second Friday of the month. And our Shabbat morning services and Torah study are here starting about 10:30 and running till around noon every Saturday in person. That one is not streamed. We have 2 weekday morning minyan services available. On Wednesday, we have morning minyan at 8:30 via Zoom in what we call our regular Zoom room. Ask if you'd like to know the Zoom connection for that. Thursday morning minyan meeting is also at 8:30, but it's right here in the synagogue, followed by an optional trip to Kava Pancake House over on Muldoon, where we can continue talking about all sorts of other things as well. Our Judaism 101 class has restarted, and it is the third Saturday. Okay, third Saturday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m., and that's via Zoom.
Jewish calendar.
And yes, the Jewish calendar, an exciting topic, complex topic, wonderful topic. Also on third Saturdays in the afternoon at about 1 p.m., there's an opportunity to help feed the hungry with the food distribution that happens at Fairview Rec Center. Help set up at 1 p.m. if you like, and then food distribution starts around 2, and that's on East 10th Avenue. Third Wednesday of the month is the Board of Trustees meeting for Congregation Beth Shalom. It's at 7 p.m. live in our synagogue library right there, and also via Zoom. All CBS members are welcome and encouraged to attend. A religious school meets on Sundays, starting with 9:30 for Hebrew classes. 10 a.m. on Sunday is Shabbat Time Machine, trademark. They travel back in time and experience a mini Shabbat service. And in case you don't know, on a regular week, that is by far the largest service in this room.
Which annoys me a little bit, by the way.
You're here, thank you very much. But yeah, it's great. We are in the second semester of Torah Uncensored, 5th season. We're going to be skipping February, but it is normally the fourth Saturday of the month from 1 o'clock to about 2:30. Rabbi Emeritus Obleth talks about topics that are interesting and perhaps controversial. It literally is an adults-only program, sometimes because of the topics and sometimes because of, thoughts of heresy and blasphemy. But it's a good time, and I highly recommend that. He won't be able to be doing the one in February, this month, but fourth Saturdays of March and April, and then he takes the summer off. And coming up this July is CBS's fourth annual camp out. I feel comfortable calling it fourth annual by the time we get there. That will be at Trail River Campground again, about 25 miles north of Seward. The dates are July 24th through the 27th. Individuals and families of all ages are encouraged to attend. Contact Cheryl Embriani for information. And Brenda, do you have announcements you would like to share? All right, thank you, Brenda. And I have, for a while now, been doing a small optional thing after Oneg on Friday night, if anyone's interested. Going through, I do a little tutorial group study on reading our liturgy in Hebrew from the Roman alphabet transliteration. So if that's something you want practice with, we practice pronouncing, we practice reading it, and then depending on what it is, we sometimes will also sing or chant as well. And we do that in the library after the Oneg. It's very informal. If you'd like to attend, grab a Siddur and join us. If you don't want to attend, that's fine too. Any other announcements, Rabbi? All right, thank you very much.
Okay, we're moving over to 647 for Oz V'Zimrat Yah. We're at the very bottom of the page. Oz V'Zimrat Yah Vayahi Eli Lishua. Oz V'Zimrat Yah Vayahi Eli Lishua. Ozi V'Zimrat Yah Vayahi Eli Lishua. Ozi V'Zimrat Yah Vayahi Eli Lishua. Ozi V'Zimrat Yah Vayahi Eli Lishua. Shabbat Shalom. See y'all for Oneg.